Hi, I'm Maggie Whitehouse. It's been a while since I've done any YouTube videos on Kabbalah, but perhaps it's time. And thank you very much for all your comments and likes on all the old videos. It's very much appreciated, even the snarky ones, especially the ones that say a non-Jewish woman cannot teach Kabbalah. Well, guess what? Stephen Jenkinson, who's one of my heroes from Orphan Wisdom, says the permission to do the job comes from doing the job. Unless you stand up and do the job will not be done. And I wanted to do this video because it's Pride Month. It's June 2021. We've had a heck of a crazy year. We've had a heck of a crazy decade. But I wanted to talk about gender and the divine because all the traditional teachings of the children of the book, Islam, Judaism, Christianity, all refer to God as being masculine. And this is simply the system. The way the system operates is the way that it has operated for generation after generation, and the male has been the powerful, obvious power in the world. And as we humans love to create God in our image, that is the reflection that we will put on the divine. But it's not clear in the Bible. Even though Jesus calls God Abba, which is fair enough, he was working in a patriarchal society and he made it very clear that the feminine was important to him, and he made it very clear that he did not care who he was healing. He would heal the poor, the sick, the unclean, the dispossessed, the women, the powerful, the greedy, the kind, the cruel. He healed anyone who came to him for healing. There was no judgment in him. But this idea of the masculine God is completely broken to pieces in the very first sentence of the book of Genesis at the beginning of the Bible. And it is Bereshit Elohim, the first two Hebrew words. In the beginning, the Elohim created. And from then, God is referred to as He in pretty much every single edition of the Bible that I've ever looked at. However, the aspect of God that we understand to be God, the masculine God, Yahweh, only actually comes into the frame in Genesis after the creation of humanity. The creation of all of the universe is the Elohim. And you can go down a rabbit hole of textual discussion and Hebrew analysis to work out what the gender of that name is. Many people say that El or Eloah are feminine. Some people say that they're masculine. But everybody agrees that this is a compound plural noun, which makes it really complicated for the translators. So basically, it's one and it's many. And you can look at this in mystical interpretation, in story, because the point of a myth is it's a perennial truth. Might actually have happened, but it's a perennial truth. And the name Elohim is a perennial truth. It is compound. So it is one God and many gods. So let's look at this from the point of view of masculine and feminine, because that's the way we rock in our world, even though we're understanding a lot more about gender and sexuality and transgender folk and gay folk and all sorts of aspects around this fluidity that we're rediscovering, if you like, but is right there at the beginning of the Bible, because we have the Elohim as an analogy. Even though they didn't understand these things in those days, it fits perfectly, which makes it mythical, which makes it a perennial truth. We have one divine and many aspects. We have the ovum and the sperm. So we have unity and duality. Duality coming together to make one creation. And the creation unfolds through what are called the 7 days, but they're actually eons. Cosmic days are not the same as Earth days. God wasn't standing on the planet Earth when he created it. It's very simple, Occam's razor. These are days that do not register on Earth. A day on Venus is 270 plus years. A day on one of the planets around Alpha Centauri is more than 1 million years long. You cannot define everything from the Earth, and you cannot define everything from earthly ideals. And I'll go on with another video later, but what I wanted to emphasize is this idea of the compound. God is all genders and none. All aspects of gender and none. And the first human creation of the Elohim, and only of the Elohim, is let us make humanity after our plural image. Male and female created they both. And that is the most accurate translation. Now, it's important to realize that when this happened, it was not in the physical world. And Kabbalah is really clear on this. In the beginning, the divine created the heavens and the earth. This area here is the area of water, the area of humanity. Our souls are in this area, but the heavens is here and the earth are here. So in the beginning, the Elohim created the heavens and the earth, and then created humanity in her image. And I will use her because it may spark a few thoughts for her, and there's even the strong possibility that there may be feminine in that. And it fits so much better with all the creation stories of those times. We do know that Genesis and all of the Torah was the product of two pens. People say it was written by God, it was certainly inspired by the divine, but there was the E text and the Y text, the Elohim text and the Yahweh text, and they were fitted together after the end of the first temple. So we have a really, really complex aspect. But I love this because it opens the door to the wider concept of gender. Now, male and female created, he, she, them, both, is in the world of Berea. Kabbalistic, the Eden is in the world of Yetzirah, not a physical place. Evolution would have been going on down on the physical earth before humanity turned up. You can fit everything together perfectly, science and even the most fundamentalist belief, if you will just understand that this is a complex system. So male and female created he, them both. This was one soul that had no binary gender. In the spiritual world, the first human was non-binary. And then, as humanity moved down through the areas, because we moved down from here to here and then take journeys back up to the divine and back down again, when we descended into Eden, God saw, the Elohim saw, that it was not good for the human, the one human of all gender, to be alone. So the Elohim said, I will make a helpmeet for him. And again, the gender is unimportant here, for it is a better interpretation. So then God creates from Adam's side. Adam just means human of the earth, a created being. God creates Adam's wife, whom he later names Eve, the mother of all. So this is one being, then separated out to become binary. And the second we've got binary aspects, we can have physical creation, because on this earth and also throughout most of the universe, I'm sure, we have day, night, up, down, left, right, all these binary things that we need to work with. But humanity at the beginning was genderless. Our souls are genderless. How we come down in our incarnation is either a truth that we chose or a karmic existence. And a karmic existence is not necessarily a bad one, it can be a very good one. And people come down to teach. All of karma can be used for teaching, all of karma can be used for good. So many more people that we know of now who are gay, non-binary, transgender are here to re-teach us about the non-binary aspect of the divine, because it's time for us to get out of our entrenched believing about a patriarchal God. God is so much bigger than that. Thank you for watching.